Hi, my name is Tina Gudin. I'm the owner of Prestige Floral, and since 1995, I've been specializing exclusively in weddings and events. How do I know which florist to hire? Well, the best way to start finding a florist is to ask your friends and family who've already been through the process. You can always start with another vendor as well. For example, if you go see a photographer, you can ask him for his recommendations. He's seen many of us and can try to put you in touch with someone who he thinks will be good not only for your budget but your personality as well. If you don't hit it off with someone in the first meeting, you're probably not going to hit it off later down the road, so you might want to move on and actually meet some other people. The most important thing though is once you start talking to them, come with some of your own ideas, but also be open-minded to listening to some of theirs. You may have a vision that you think will come out amazing, but they may have something that can actually top it and do an even better job for you, and sometimes even at a lower cost. Which items are most important when selecting your flowers? Of course, you need your personal bouquet as well as your bridesmaids bouquets, boutonnieres for not only your bridal party but parents, grandparents, and anybody participating in your ceremony. Next important would absolutely be your reception. This is where you and the majority of your guests are going to spend the bulk of your time throughout the day, and of course you want it to be beautiful. Last on the list would actually be your ceremony. Not that it's unimportant by any means, but if the budget doesn't allow, if you are working on a little bit tighter budget, it is somewhere that you are only going to be for a half an hour. So if anything, I usually say to do 2 altar arrangements for aesthetic purposes, but definitely concentrate more on your reception. If I hire a wedding florist, does that automatically mean that delivery and setup is included? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Most special events florists will charge a separate fee which includes all of the delivery and setup. If you hire an everyday florist, chances are that they may not offer this service. They may have to just drop off all the bouquets and boutonnieres and reception pieces and then take off. So if you do want someone to actually do all of the setup, make sure you not only ask that but ask the cost. The average price for these services at 2 different locations, for example a church and a hotel, is normally anywhere between 10 and 25%, but it's an important question to ask, and make sure you don't walk out of the florist without knowing exactly what each of those services will cost. What you should expect to get initially from a florist in terms of cost is a selection of ranges for each item. You may go into somebody having an idea of your overall budget, but once you start figuring out what's most important in those categories, you can actually say to yourself, well, I know if centerpieces go from this to this, here's what I should expect to spend. The one thing you don't want to do is hire a florist who says, just tell me your budget and whatever it is, I'll make it work. Because the truth is they will make it work, but you're not going to get a whole lot for your money. What other items and services should I expect my florist to provide? Some florists will only do flowers, in other words, bouquets, centerpieces, boutonnieres, all that good stuff. And then some florists, in other words, special events florists, will usually provide everything beautiful. So not only flowers, but linens, napkins, chairs, lighting, and candle holders, any sort of specialty props or products, pedestals for altar arrangements. Should I choose a certain type of flower or color based on what time of year I'm getting married? Absolutely not. I always say the beauty of flowers is creating any season you like. So just because you're getting married in October, don't feel as though you have to go with a fall palette. Just because you're getting married in June doesn't mean you can't have the beautiful burnt oranges and reds. Find a color that you like, and also keep in mind that you do not have to do the same color palette throughout your entire event. So you can actually treat each part of your day like a different event. You can do one thing for the church, for example, reds and pinks and fuchsias, and then go on to your reception and make it a winter wonderland with blues and silvers. Just pick what you like and don't let anyone else tell you what's right or wrong. How far in advance should I book a florist? Well, when you find someone you like and it works into your price range and it works into your ideas, book them before someone else does. Some florists will only take 1 event per day, so I recommend, again, once you find them, go ahead and book them. If you do feel the need to go and visit other florists, that's okay. Definitely compare apples to apples though. Find out exactly what you're getting from each one, not only in terms of flowers, but in terms of services. Most special events florists will start booking clients anywhere from 8 to 18 months in advance. If you've waited a little longer than that, don't worry. Every once in a while there are some open dates, and it's definitely worth checking into if you get a recommendation of somebody good. But again, start the process really early, as soon as you can. My best bit of advice is to hire someone who, when you meet them, you see that they absolutely love what they do, that this is what they chose to do, not just for a living, but because it's something they found their passion in. And when you talk to them, you'll see their eyes light up. You'll know that they really enjoy what they're doing, and you're going to have a good time working with them as well. Be flexible, be open-minded, listen to their ideas, take advantage of their expertise in this industry, and have a great time with it. If you start off with animosity with someone, run away, turn away. Go find someone that you're going to enjoy planning your wedding with. It should be a really fun experience. Happy planning!